Today we're going to make some clip art in Google Slides, although you could also use PowerPoint. Here's a couple that I've already made. The first thing I want to do is open a Google Doc and then get yourself a blank page like this one. And then it's really just drawing, so we're going to go and get some shapes. You could use a circle. You could probably use this cute little thing here and turn it upside down to make a face. You can also use this curve tool. I'm going to show you how to use that because I think it's the most complicated. We start clicking. You'll see it makes kind of a shape for us. It doesn't have to be perfect. You bring it back to the end. Let me show you what happens if you don't finish it off, or if you start it and then you don't get it quite finished. So you get your curve. Let's say that I'm making this and that's the shape that I want and I forget to unclick it. If I don't double click, then I'll constantly have this tail. So I just go back to where it is, double click. And these little dots are important. They help you maneuver this to wherever shape you want it to. So even if I drew it wrong and thought, oh, I really actually just want a kind of a triangle tier shape, I can finish it that way. I'm going to delete that and go back to R. So to work on this, we're going to double click it. This gives us all our little points. Again, you could just do a circle or a flat shape or a basic shape, but I want this one a little less perfect, a little more humanized. To fill it, I'm going to go color fill, and I have this peachy color here. I'm going to change my border color to black, and I'm going to make it a 3. A lot of clip art has that nice big black line, so that's what I'm going for here. The next thing I'm going to draw is ears. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to get my ears out. And again, there's several shapes that you could do here. I happen to really like this one. It's called the cord. I'm just going to draw one and fill it. Well, first I'll make the border black and 3, and then we'll fill it with that same color I was using before. You do have a couple options. You could put another one in here to kind of create the ear bit. If you wanted to, just make another one. And bring it out just a little. For now, let's start with that. To keep those together, I'm going to select them both. You can do that by either pushing Control and clicking on both of them, or just highlighting the whole thing. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to Group, and that makes them one piece. So now I can just drag it and I get both of them. I'm going to duplicate this. So Control C, Control V, or Command C, Command V if you're on a Mac. And I'm going to rotate this the other way. And if I want this to be mirror exactly, I can just flip it like that and just kind of make sure they're about the same size. That looks pretty good. I'm going to bring them over, and then I'll worry about the size and positioning. Clearly just a little bit big, so I'm going to downsize this. So if you wanted to, you could have done this at the same time. And then I'm going to move this to the back, send to back. You can also do that up here in Arrange, Order, send to back, starting in the back, so it's gone at the moment, but you could bring it to the front, or you can use this shortcut as well. So this one, I'll show you how to do it. Arrange, Order, send it to the back, and again, I need to make that size a little smaller. Okay, I'm gonna bring this one in a little, because that just is what I want. Okay, great, so there are my ears. So let's do our eyes next. The easiest one is actually the circle. You can either make them oval or circle, whichever you prefer. I'm going to fill that with black and make my line black. I think that's just a little big for me. And actually, I'm going to zoom in. So let's go View, Zoom. I'm just going to zoom in. That is much better. It's not a perfect circle now, it's an oval, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to copy it and paste it and bring it up. And then, you just kind of, whoops, Control Z will undo that. You just decide where you want them, if you want them close together or if you are one that likes them far apart, whatever you like. I think I'm going to put mine about right there. And I'm going to add a little tiny white dot to my eye. Just go grab another circle. That looks great. Okay, so I'm going to draw a V. Perfect, that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to group this so that they don't move. Right click, group. And then I'm going to make this smaller because that would be a massive eyelash. If I wanted to, I could have used the curve tool and made them a little curvy, but this will work. I do think I'm going to make their border less. And paste it, and then I'm just going to spin it around. Oh, nope, I'm not. I'm going to pull it this way and go stick it over in this one. And we'll just play with it until I feel like that is about right. That looks pretty good. Okay, so there's my eyelashes. They're a little far apart, but I mean, you get the idea. Next, if you want eyebrows, we're going to go get our curve tool, and we're going to click, and then you just kind of keep clicking in the general shape that you want. And when you're done, you double click. And then if, let's say I don't really love this shape, I want a little less, so I'm going to double click it. I get all these cute little purple dots, and I did lots of them this time, which was so much better because then I can make it be whatever I want. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And we're just going to make this, the line color is black, and we want this one to be a 3. Oh, I don't actually love it at a 3. I think I'm going to do a 2. That looks better. So I'm going to control copy and make a second one for over here. And then again, if I decide I want it to be exactly the same, then I need to flip it the other way. Those little arrows tell me it was the same size, so that is great. That's about the same place. Now, if I want a nose, I can very easily just take this and stick it right there, and now I have a nose. And I think I'll leave that. That's pretty cute. And then I can use this same one for a smile if I want to. I actually prefer a different style of smile, so I'm going to go get my curve. And I'm just going to draw this cute little smile. And I'm going to fix it up a little because it's a little scary at the moment. There we go. Bring this out a little bit. I'm just going to make it just a little bigger, happier smile. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. And then I like the ones that has the cute little cheekies, so I'm going to draw those. I'm going to go get my, I think I'm going to try an arrow for this one. Or I'm sorry, not an arrow, I just want a straight line. And I'm going to bring that in quite a bit until I want it right there. And bring this one down just a smidge. And then I'm going to correct the color and the line size. I think I'm going to put it at a 2. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to do the same over here. I could copy and paste, but I found that it's just easier if I just get my line and start again. Okay. I'm going to go and collect all 3 of these. So if I had drawn this out here, I could collect them by just gathering them, by making a box around them like that. But if I do that right now, I'll get too many things. So I need to click on that, hold down Control, and I'm just going to go ahead and group those 2 since that lovely thing keeps getting in my way. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to group all 3. Just allows me to move the entire thing around. And that's important because I want to give her some cute little cheeks. So I'm going to go get a circle, and I'm just going to draw myself a circle, and then I'm going to fill this with, I'll show you how I did this. I'm going to go, I want pink, so I'm going to get a pink, that's a nice pink, and then I'm going to bring this down a little because I don't want it to be that bright and bold. I don't want it to be that noticeable. Maybe about right there. Let's try that. That's pretty nice, but now you can see it's in the way of this, and I don't want the border. So I'm going to get rid of the border and make it transparent. And then I'm going to copy it and paste it, and I'm going to bring it over to the other cheek. And this is why I wanted this together. See, now I can come here and just send it all to the front, and there you go. It is out of the way. Okay, let's do her hair next. So I'm going to zoom out. View. Let's zoom back out a little bit. And we're going to go get the hair, and I found that the cloud shape works the best for hair, this one right here. We just make a cloud, whatever we want it to look like. I have long hair and I'm making me, so I'm going to do it like this. And actually, I don't love all the bumps on top, so I'm actually going to make it longer this way, I think. Not a problem that it is in front at the moment because we are going to change that. So let's give her some yellow hair and fix the edges. Brilliant. And now we're just going to send this to the back. Order, send to back. If you send it backwards, you have to go through every single layer you've created. So I just find that this is easier, and then we just play with it until we get a shape that we are happy with. I know she looks a little funny, but she won't in just a second. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see, let's give her hair in the front. We'll give her some bangs. So we're gonna go get another cloud shape. You could do straight hair with probably this shape here, actually. This one would give you nice straight hair in the back. You would just want to add in some details. Just turn it, stick it behind her head, and then you could have hair and give her some straight details. There you go. So there you go. She's really cute, just like that. If I don't want her to have curly bangs, I can give her straight bangs, kind of using the same shape. So these little this little gold thing gives me the option of making it more or less curved. I think we need to curve it just a little more. There you go, there is my hair. And then I think I will, I think I'm gonna draw some lines. Give it a little bit of dimension and depth. Totally up to you if you wanna go through this or not. There we go, there's a straight one. And I'm actually gonna make this not quite so thick. And if I wanted, I could actually change it to be another yellow, like a darker yellow. It'd be pretty. Isn't quite the right size yet, so let's bring that down just a smidgen. I'm gonna copy that and add a couple more of them. You could also do them in the black, that would be just fine as well. It just depends on what you like, and I think 3 is enough, so I'm just gonna delete that extra line, and then I'm gonna take these ones and put them here. And actually, I'm not gonna take them quite that far because I'm gonna send them to the back. And then I have to bring it forward 1 because it would be too far back. I just want it right in front of the hair. So bring it forward 1, but I want it behind the face, behind the face. Oh, see, that one worked and this one didn't. So I'm gonna get rid of this and this one. And I'm actually think I'm gonna make the hair longer. Won't be able to see much of it, but that's okay. So I'm gonna bring this farther down. And if I use the curve one, I can follow the curves a little more, but like I said, I have straight hair, so I don't need that. If I didn't want this, I could just draw on with that little shape tool, whatever I did want on my head, but gosh, that almost looks like a hat. I don't know, well, we might change that, we'll see. So let's build her body next. So we're just gonna go back to our shapes. And there are lots of shapes that you could choose. You could even draw it with the curve tool. I like to use this one. I'm actually gonna make this a Greek warrior goddess, so I'm gonna make this white, I think. Move this behind her. So another one that works really good for the body is this one. Because this one allows us to, I'll just do this one. This one is another one that has this little orange yellowy circle, so I can change how wide it is. So let's grab this one. And I'm going to send it to the back. And then bring it forward 1. Oh, forgot my hair. I guess I'm not gonna see those at all, am I? So we'll just delete those. Okay, so there's my little person. Actually, I could totally stop right here if I wanted to, but Athena is warrior, so instead of hair, I'm just gonna get rid of all of this. I know, all that work, right? That's okay. And I'll just pull it to the side, then I have all these hair pieces for later. I should have grouped it. I'm gonna leave this one for now, and then I'm gonna go get my drawing tool. I don't know, actually, let's see if there's a shape that looks kind of like a helmet. Yeah. So let's build a helmet, shall we? Okay, I'm gonna make this the front of my helmet. And I think I might actually change it to silver because I already have yellow hair. I'm just trying to get this about the same size as my head. And then I'm gonna draw the rest of the helmet in the back. Right about here, and just kind of draw my helmet. And this back one, we only have to send it backward one because we have this other piece that we just made in front of it. And I'm just gonna bring this down a little. And remember, if it's not quite the right shape that we want, then we just can double click on it and change that shape a little. Okay, so there is my warrior crown. Okay, and then I'm gonna put 2 circles on the end. Go stick it on the other side too. I'm gonna fix this because I forgot to make the border the right size. And I wanna make it that same darker gray, whoops. Borderline the darker gray. And then we're gonna put a little something up on top. Let's go see if we can find a shape. I think this one might make a cool topper. Oh, excellent, it has this, so I'm gonna make it more like that. Oh, fantastic. I am gonna send that to the back. And I'm gonna make it red. And then I'm gonna take it and make it a little taller. I want it to kind of look like one of those little war thingies that they wear, like the horse's mane on their head things. And I think I'm gonna add a line. And I'm gonna do this in, I want it a darker red. Like, there, okay, so I'm much happier with that. Let's make her a shield, which is, oh, we have a couple options. This one would make a cool shield, I think. And honestly, I could stay here all day and play with my cool shield. There's my basic shield, so I could put something kind of shape in here if I wanted to. Since I'm Athena, I could put like the Medusa head or a snake or an olive branch on there. But I'm not going to yet. And then I'm going to draw the hands, which you could use a shape or you could not put hands at all, but I'm going to grab this little tool. I'm going to draw mostly a circle. This is bigger than it will be. I just want to draw it big so you can see it. And I'm going to fix this. This is the little like thumb, but it's a little bit much. There we go. That's so much better. So I'll just rotate this. My other hand is underneath there, so I don't really need a second one there. And if I wanted to, I could add a cape. Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna make a cape. It's blowing off in the wind. I want it in front of that hair though, so I'm gonna move it forward one. There we go. And then I could draw a couple lines in there. And I think I'm gonna change this red to the other same matching dark red. Okay, if I wanted to give some more detail to my person, I absolutely could by making, you know, like a neckline and putting some more color in there, kind of a thing. I could take her ears away and bring the helmet down more Yeah, so many things I could do. I do think I'm gonna give her a spear, so I'm gonna go get an arrow. I'm gonna add a line into here. That looks pretty close. And then I'm gonna make a little thing to go right here. This one could be kind of cool too. Let's try this one. Ta-da! Now, to make her look like she's holding it, I'm just gonna bring this hand to the front. Oh, there is my Athena. Of course, I could keep dolling her up, and I probably will, but that is the basics of, if you wanted to give her little feet, you could easily do that too. Little ovals, or even these would be cute little shoes. Okay, and then I'm gonna group these two together. Doesn't mean I can't still work on it, it just, I double click, see I can still get here. Pretty happy with that. I mean, it's just a real quick basic foot. Then I would just send this to the back. And there you go, there's a foot. So we can do one on the other side. There you go. There is my little Athena, and then I could use the rest of my slide. I could use the rest of the slide to talk about her, maybe draw a little owl, draw some of her symbols, or write about whatever I want to say about Miss Athena. Actually, the very last thing that you want to do is to group the whole thing so that you can move it around. So I'm just going to draw an arrow. Too much. Let's get rid of these. You can see all my little pieces are collected, and we're just going to go down to group. And there you go. There is my Athena. That's it. It's that simple. I know you guys can do it. Go ahead and give it a try.